independent investigation board are attending the scene this morning. Network Rail and all of the stakeholders will be working collaboratively with them to ensure a full, clear investigation to understand exactly what's occurred and why, and what we need to do to learn from that for the future.
And can I just also ask, how fast was the train travelling at the time of this incident, and how were the passengers transported from there to this hotel?
Yeah, so we believe the train was travelling at approximately 80 miles an hour at the point of the collision, and then stopped very quickly thereafter. Once we got emergency services and Network Rail response staff to the scene, we safely removed the passengers from the train into adjacent off-roading vehicles to bring them to the reception centre at Shap Hotel, for which we're extremely grateful for their support and assistance. We've fed and watered customers, looked after their welfare, and then moved them on by road from here.
Approximately how many people were on board the train? Sorry if I missed that.
No, it's okay. There were a total of 87 souls on board, 10 of whom were rail staff working for Avanti West Coast. The remainder were passengers, and as I say, pleased to report there were no injuries to any of those.
Matthew Taylor from ITV Border News. How long will the train be there, and how long will this disruption last for passengers?
So it's too early to give a firm estimate about when we'll be able to clear the site and restore the railway. Priority one really is supporting the RAIB and our own investigators, all of whom are on site at the scene now. Once the scene evidence has been captured and secured, we'll be working 24 hours a day to clear the scene. The first job will be to re-rail the train and remove it from the site. The second will be to restore the infrastructure. But we're hopeful within the next few days we ought to have the railway up and running again. The main message there, as I say, is check before you travel.
And in terms of the train then, will it take a few days to get that off-site, or will it be later today? Or?
We hope, as soon as there are on-site investigations and evidence has been captured, the priority will be to remove the train from site. The derailment scene is relatively straightforward in that sense, and hopefully we'll be able to move the train clear as soon as we can.
We have heard praise for the driver from one of the passengers. What's your thoughts on how the staff, particularly the driver, handled this? And did he manage to slow down before he hit the landslip?
Yeah, fortunately, the incident happened whilst it was still dark and in very severe weather conditions this morning. The driver did a superb job in bringing the train to a stand and initiating an emergency call, which is the procedures for which the train, to ensure that no other trains can operate in the area. The Avanti team on board the train have then done an equally great job on checking on the welfare of all the customers on board, and then we've clearly worked with all our supporting partners to get them safely from there to our reception centre and now on their home journeys or holidays.
People in the area will have memories of Grey Rig, which wasn't that long ago. Are you just grateful that we didn't have a situation like that?
Yeah, clearly very different set of circumstances. What is pleasing is incidents of this nature, particularly on Britain's railways, are exceptionally rare. We do run a very safe railway. We have very robust guidelines and processes for managing our earthworks and structures risks, alongside the ever-changing risk of extreme weather. Clearly that will form part of our investigation here, but the main message there is incidents are very rare. The train's design has been a credit to it. On this occasion today, it's remained upright, and pleasingly, despite that quite high-speed collision, there's not been any injuries.
Just one more question. This is just confusion, because I've heard there may be 4 minor injuries to passengers, or are you saying no one was injured at all?
No, so there were four customers were checked by first response ambulance staff at the reception centre, but all have been transported from here by our road replacement services, so none have required movement to hospital for treatment.
Josh Halliday from The Guardian. Are you satisfied that there's enough resource into checking the condition of the land around where these critical railways are, given, as you say, the increased extreme weather we see?
Yeah, that clearly, what would appear to be an earthworks issue today will be the heart of our investigation. As I would stress, we put a significant amount of importance and effort into managing our risks around structures, earthworks and extreme weather. That will clearly form part of the investigation and the outputs from it.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Who is, sorry, you, I'm Amy Fenton, Reach. Okay. PA.
Right, you guys all alright? We're ready. Okay, let's go, Sam?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, very well.
At approximately 6:15 this morning, an Avanti West Coast high-speed service, which was a 4:28 service from Glasgow Central to London Euston, came to a stand in the Shap area in Cumbria with the leading vehicle of the 11-carriage train derailed. The driver was able to bring the train quickly to a stand and initiate an emergency call to stop the train. Network Rail's emergency processes, along with all of our partner agencies, was immediately activated, and the Avanti West Coast crew did an excellent job looking after the passengers on board. There were a total of 87 souls on the train, 10 of whom were Avanti West Coast crew, the remainder were customers. On arrival of the emergency services and the Network Rail staff, all of whom worked in extremely challenging terrain and appalling weather conditions this morning, all persons on board the train were safely removed from the train and brought to a nearby reception centre, the Shap Wells Hotel. From there, everybody's welfare was checked, and I'm very pleased to confirm that there were no injuries to either the passengers or the crew on board the train. By 10:40 this morning, all customers had been safely taken forward to their onward destinations by replacement road transport. The train operated exactly as designed, remaining upright during the incident, and only the leading vehicle of the 11-carriage train became derailed. Our attention now turns to investigating the cause and recovering the railway as quickly as we can. I'd like to pass on my thanks to all responding staff who were involved in this challenging incident this morning to bring it to a safe and swift conclusion. The West Coast main line between Preston and Carlisle is now closed, and the main message to passengers is please check before you travel. It will be some time before we're able to recover the infrastructure and reopen the railway, and we'll be looking to do that as quickly as possible, and updates will be provided as soon as we know more.
Brilliant. And just again for the record, just name and title.
Yes, Sam McDougall, Operations Director, Network Rail.
MAC or MC?
MAC, DOUGALL.
Lovely. Zach.